Yo, what's up guys, it is Summer Electivire here, your daydream of summer while still in school. The month is May and I've decided to continue with the Pokemon of the Month series on YouTube. Using randompokemon.com, I randomized today's Pokemon of the Month and it gave me Growlithe. If you haven't seen this yet, it will feature some Pokédex info, stat analysis, ability analysis, sample sets, and trivia. Be sure to stay for this month's trivia because it will blow your mind. So let's get started. Who's a fan of dogs? I honestly don't have any preference to dogs or cats, but starting right off the bat, I'm going to use my Dexter voice. Pokédex number 58. Species name Puppy Pokemon. Egg group Field. EV yield 1 attack. Evolutions evolves into Arcanine via the Firestone. Game locations Fire Friend Safari in X and Y. Mount Pyre exterior as a hidden Pokemon in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Alright, finally done with that. I'm not looking forward to doing that again next month. But anyways, as for the competitive scene, it has the fire typing, which makes it weak to the common ground, rock, and water. On the other hand, it resists the common steel and ice types, and it also resists the fairly common fairy and ice. To top it off, it even resists the grass and bug types. Those are kind of too little to be seen. Moving on to abilities, it gets Intimidate and Flash Fire. As for its hidden ability, it gets Justified. I think all those abilities are justified. Intimidate is because dogs are scary sometimes. Flash Fire is because it is a fire type. Justified is just always right. It's justified. Intimidate is very useful in combination with Will-O-Wisp and Eviolite to make it bulky on the physical side, because that is one of the main sets you'll be seeing Intimidate most. Flash Fire helps with an immunity, which always helps. Justified only works with a Dark type move, and most Dark moves are either Foul Play, which does more damage because Growlithe is a physical attacker, or Knock Off, which gets rid of your Eviolite. I don't think you'll want to take those. As for its stats, its offenses are pretty decent, which allows it to be a pretty offensive wall surprisingly. Its notable level up and TM moves are Outrage, Flare Blitz, Agility, Crunch, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Wild Charge, and Will-O-Wisp. Its notable breeding moves are Close Combat and Morning Sun. As for the sample set, you'll want to go with the aforementioned Intimidate, Eviolite, and Will-O-Wisp combo to be a really good physical wall. Morning Sun will heal you, and Flare Blitz is a really strong stab move. Wild Charge is strong as well with coverage. The EVs might look a little weird, but they're trying to maximize both sides of the defensive spectrum. For checks and counters, you'll want to have a spinner to take out those Stealth Rocks, which actually deal 25% of your HP, which is a ton. So, for example, you might want to run Staryu. Timber is really good as well because Drain Punch plus Guts can heal off the damage and get a boost from your Will-O-Wisp. Numel is another Pokemon to take out Growlithe because Growlithe can't touch it with Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, or Will-O-Wisp. And Morning Sun doesn't do damage. But now it is time for trivia. Did you know that its beta name was Flamey? I'm pretty sure, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure Flamey was because it was a fire type. I just can't tell, I'm sorry guys, I can't tell. But also, did you know that it's a parallel to Vulpix? Vulpix evolves via the Firestone, was introduced in Generation 1, has opposite gender ratios with Growlithe, Growlithe being 75% male and Vulpix being 75% female, are in the same egg group, which is Field, have the same shiny color, which is yellow, and are also found as version exclusives. Also, Growlithe is based off of a Shiza, which has an interesting story behind it. The Shiza is generally used to ward off evil spirits or to keep good spirits in. You can tell because the Shiza generally has an open or closed mouth. The open mouth wards off evil spirits because it's growling, and then the closed mouth keeps the good spirits in, because they can't get out. Not sure why you'd want to keep good spirits in your tummy. Wait, I don't think that's what it means, just kidding. Anyways, take a look at Growlithe's Gold and Silver differences. In Pokemon Gold, Growlithe has an open mouth, along with a very intimidating stance. This is because with the open mouth, it has to ward off bad spirits. In Pokemon Silver, Growlithe has a closed mouth with a crouch stance. This crouch stance looks like it is shrinking its body mass in. This could be because Game Freak wanted to keep its menacing appearance while still showing keeping the good spirits in. Still not convinced? Take a look at its Pokédex entries. In Gold, Dexter says, it has a brave and trustworthy nature. It fearlessly stands up to bigger and stronger foes. In Silver, Dexter says, extremely loyal. It will fearlessly bark at any opponent to protect its own trainer from harm. The bravery is attributed to the open mouth that keeps away the bad spirits. The loyalty and good morals are attributed to the closed mouth, which keeps the good spirits, like loyalty, inside. The awesome thing is that Gold and Silver aside, most, if not all, of its in-game sprites show a combination of both. The attack-like position that Growlithe is in corresponds with keeping the evil spirits away, and the closed mouth corresponds with keeping the good spirits in. The only exceptions would be the original Red and Blue, and also Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum from Generation 4. For these, all I can say is that Red and Blue had many extremely horrible designs. Just take a look at a few of these. As for Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, you will notice that Diamond and Pearl had the back sprite with the mouth open, but Platinum had a back sprite with the mouth closed. It's possible that Platinum was attempting to amend the Growlithe by showing both sides of it. While Growlithe would not be able to keep good spirits in because it hasn't had a trainer to get the good spirits at all, it's wild. It can only do its best to survive by keeping away bad spirits. After domestication and capture, it can now add a bunch of good spirits such as loyalty inside, so it keeps them inside. That's why the back sprite now shows Growlithe as having a closed mouth. Of course, this is just speculation and it doesn't really support the fact that trainers who have Growlithe are also still going to have the open mouth. The other two key parts are that Growlithe is a fire type and it is a dog. For the fire is normally depicted as a very big, strong, powerful thing. This corresponds with the open mouth. Dogs are loyal creatures and this corresponds with the closed mouth. That sort of wraps this whole thing up. I mean, Pokemon does like things in threes. I wonder what else is in threes. Oh, I know. Illuminati. I'm done. Wait, no, I'm not. One last point I'd like to make is, remember when I said Vulpix was its counterpart? Well, Vulpix is based off of the Japanese Kitsune. Kitsune are foxes, and they are able to shapeshift into women. Wait a second. Remember the 75% gender ratios? Vulpix has a 75% chance to be female, like the ability to shapeshift into women. Kitsune are also highly intelligent, which would make sense because it's brains versus brawn. Growlithe would be brawn, and Vulpix would be brains. Speaking of brains in the mind blown. But anyways guys, that's it for this episode. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed. Also don't forget to subscribe as well because that really shows your support. Also share this video with all your friends if you want their brains to be scatterbugged on the floor. Now that I have left you with a really awesome image in your head, I'd like to say a quote from a famous guy. Let's go bring back summer!